This is one of the most weird and just odd off seasons I have ever seen in Alabama football history. And we know there's a reason for that, but at the same time, I think it is still true. And we may just get more weird, bad, whatever you want to call this, news. And if you haven't been keeping up, it seems that Ryan Grubb may be in play, maybe in line for the offensive coordinator spot for the Seattle Seahawks in the NFL. And it is a situation that I think we need to talk about. What could the repercussions, what could happen? What could be the effect of him leaving if he does leave, and do we believe that he will leave? We're gonna talk about all of that in this video, but before we get into that, make sure that you guys like, comment, also subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 5K. We just hit 1K not too long ago. Also, I have members now. Make sure you become a member of the channel if you've been hanging around long enough and you enjoy my content. And with that being said, let's get into this video. So Ryan Grubb is in play for the Seattle Seahawks offense coordinator spot, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this situation, and so this would be a huge loss for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And why do I say that? I'm saying this because it has finally calmed down in Tuscaloosa. There's finally some peace, some quiet times, a little bit of that there. All right, and this will only bring not chaos, but it will bring more things for the head coach Kalen deboer to do. He is out recruiting right now. He is out doing these different things, so he has his mind on other things. Having to find another offense coordinator right now is not something that needs to be on his plate right now. And on top of all that, Ryan Grubb is the guy who has his hands on a lot of that offensive development that the Washington Huskies did just last year. And I'm imagining the great things that he can do with the players that Alabama has. And with him gone, you know, that wouldn't be possible. But on the flip side of all of that, I will say this though. I don't believe that he will leave, because we have seen in the past, and I'm talking last year in particular, Ryan Grubb had the opportunity to come to Tuscaloosa earlier, but he decided not to. Why? Because of his relationship with Kalen deboer. And that may be the potential difference maker in this situation. Now, I think it's very interesting because it is the Seattle Seahawks, based in Washington, and he just left the Washington Huskies, and so there could be some merit there. There could be something that, you know, makes sense there, him going back to Washington, a place that he may love. I don't know. I'm just trying to see how this thing could potentially play out. Like I said, I don't believe that he will leave. I think that Ryan Grubb stays with Alabama at least for a little bit before he moves on. We know how these things goes, especially if Alabama has success. Teams are going to be offering these coordinators jobs on the spot. It happens every time for each and every successful program. That's the scenarios that happen. Your team does well, your coordinators gets jobs, and then you have to start over from there. We've seen this time and time again. But this is something that we need to keep our eyes on, because Ryan Grubb, a great OC, Nick Saban wanted him before he even stepped foot in Washington. And so you're looking at a situation where I do not believe that Ryan Grubb is going to leave. But this is news, and I think it's something worth noting, something worth talking about, especially since, like I said earlier, it is in Seattle. So you got to keep your eyes on this. And I will say this as a last point. The Seattle Seahawks just hired Mike Macdonald. He is a defensive guy. He would love to get someone who has a great offensive mind in there. And two, he just left Michigan not too long ago, maybe 2020, 2021. And so him coming from college is going to make it more acceptable, or he will be more acceptable to somebody coming straight from college with no NFL experience. I don't believe that Ryan Grubb has any NFL experience, and so he would be more acceptable to a Ryan Grubb coming in because he just left college not too long himself. You see what I'm saying? Even though he has a little bit of time in the league already, it's not like he just have years and years and years of NFL experience. So there's something that could be there. Maybe they even know each other. I don't know. But at the same time, Alabama fans, we got to keep our eyes on this. I don't think Ryan Grubb is going to leave, but it is something to keep our eyes on. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe.